So I thought we would talk about Avengers Doomsday today because Marvel decided, hey, I know it's been leaked for, I don't know, like 2 weeks or something like that. But I'm going to release, Marvel, Kevin Feige, this is me pretending to be him. We need to release the teaser trailer. I think it was released for like a week anyway online. It had leaked. And so they just kind of released it without any fanfare. They're just like, yeah, there you go. Here it is. Here's that thing everyone's already seen. And this is that first teaser. Now, this teaser consists of Chris Evans playing Captain America. And he is Captain America. We've got the old Captain America outfit here. Or at the very least, it's supposed to be Captain America. And then he picks up Baby. Presumably his son. And looks, and then that's it. Steve Rogers will return in Avengers Doomsday. And I thought to myself, is this movie going to be successful or not? I don't know. I've done a few videos where I'm like, you know what? I think this movie's doomed. I think this movie is doomed. Pun intended, of course. But I don't know whether that's completely accurate now. And the reason is I look at these figures, and they're actually really good. This trailer has gotten, if these are accurate and they're not bot inflated, this trailer has got 12.3 million views in 3 days. That's massive. That's huge. That's undeniably, that's a lot. That's mega. That is very, very, very good numbers. 793,000 upvotes to 33,000 dislikes. So, it's interesting. I don't know whether I stand by my previous statements that this movie will be a failure or not. Now, there's a few things to consider. This movie still has to be good. Right? Like, it still has to be a good film. But is this doomed, like I previously said? I don't know. Because even if you get to a lot of the comments that are coming through here, a lot of them are really, pretty decent. Aside from all the sort of ripping them apart, obviously. They knew they can't control the leaks anymore. Love how casually they released it after all the leaks. I can do this all day till you're 90. Prepare for 3 new teasers because they can't control leaks anymore. This looks like some family insurance ad. Now we all got to stay at home 1 year to avoid any accidents. Finally, after 7 years, we're getting another Avengers film. Chris becoming a father both off-screen and on-screen as Steve Rogers has a very sweet quality. That's not a trailer, just an announcement for Steve Rogers. Leakers, I could do this all day, yeah. They actually had to CGI the baby into his hands, because in the actual footage he was holding the Disney check. So, that's funny. Avengers Damage Control. That is brilliant. And so, I'm looking at this. People are obviously rightly, accurately describing this. Nostalgia bait is over 9,000. The funniest part is that Chris Evans has spent the last 6 months walking around shredded and claiming he's happily retired from the role. Yeah. The background music brings peace and nostalgia. Disney brought him back. They're going to make him do this till he's 90. Deadpool, you could not live with your own failure. We got Steve Rogers back before GTA 6. There's a lot of people kind of taking the piss out of it, but there's a lot of people that are very happy about it. And not necessarily just out and out negative. But the numbers is what's so amazing to me. 12.3, basically 12.4 million views in 3 days. And I started to think, well, what's everything else like? Well, the cast announcement, this is the live stream that lasted all of 5.5 hours. Fucking dickheads. 6.9 thousand dislikes, 142,000 likes, and I got 5.5 million views. Now, there is the condensed version here, Okay, this is that like now in production. 18 million views, right? 595,000 upvotes, 16,000 downvotes. So it's interesting because I look at this. This has more downvotes, more upvotes, but you know, nearly double. Well, it is double the downvotes, and that's quite telling. That I think people are annoyed with the nostalgia, but people are still interested. So I don't necessarily actually think that this movie is going to be as big of a bomb as previously considered. Well, okay. Let me restate that. I still think it's going to lose money because they've spent way too much money on it. Robert Downey Jr. famously is being paid $100 million for both films, like $50 million a piece. The Russo brothers are being paid $20 million a piece. So that's $80 million for both films. This is untenable, right? Like you're in an untenable, unwinnable sort of situation at that point. That's madness. Why are you doing that? You haven't even paid the rest of the cast. That's dumb. That's monumentally dumb. But there does seem to be a great deal of interest here. Now, the thing about this is we've had lots of leaks about this. Whether this interest continues, and I'm gonna spot check these as these announcement teasers get released, because I think it's going to be really interesting. So the next one I think is Thor, if I remember rightly. So we'll come back when Marvel decides to actually release that, even though it's leaked. Because if this maintains this level of interest, then it will do better than I thought. I think it will still be a bomb, though. I think it will still, financially, it will fail because they've just spent way too much money on it. And I don't necessarily think this is going to be a good film either. This, to me, is a desperate move by Marvel, just wholesale, a desperate move. But when they release these teasers, I'll come back, we'll have a look, we'll assess. Right now, the interest is quite high. Can they maintain it, though? Can they maintain it? Only time will tell. We'll have a look. We'll drop back in. But I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to get this video out now because I want to keep coming back to it, basically. And I want this to be a living document as we progress through their release window and marketing window, just to see whether there is interest or not. What do you guys think? Were you surprised by 12.4, not 7.4, 12.4 million views in 3 days? Are you surprised by that? If it's all legit. Remember, because they could be doing some funny business there. Could be doing some funny business. But let me know your thoughts down below. I'm really keen to hear. Genuinely. Very, very keen to hear. So drop it down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.